Hey, what's up you guys? It's the Curious Owl here, and I've got another book review for you guys right now, and it is on Ally Condle's first book in her series, Matched. This is part of a 3-book series, I believe, where Matched is the first book, and then there's Crossed, and then something else I don't exactly remember. This was a series of books that I was interested for several years throughout middle school and high school. I just had never gotten around to reading it, and then I finally bought it on my iPad with my Kindle app, and so I was really interested in reading it at first because I had heard a lot of good things about it from several friends of mine that have read the books, and I'm a big fan of dystopian novels, if you guys haven't really already guessed. I'm gonna say this book was very interesting to me. It did not go how I expected it. I didn't really know much of the plot, to be honest. I didn't really remember much of what my friends had told me about the story, just that it was kind of a dystopian-based novel, so a lot like books like Legend and Divergent and Maze Runner, stuff like that. So I guess I'll just get into a little bit of this, how this book started out. So basically, you follow around the main character, who is this girl, Cassia. She lives in the society, which is a futuristic place in, I'm assuming, somewhere in the United States. And the story starts out where she's heading to what is called her matching banquet, where it happens when you turn 17 years old. You are taken to a matching banquet where you are matched with a boy or a girl, depending on your gender, to end up becoming married to when you are in about 21 years old. And so she goes there with her best friend Xander because he is of age as well, and they go to the banquet and find out that they're actually matched together, which is very uncommon for many of the citizens of the society. It's not unheard of, but it's just not really common because they were from the same town, they lived on the same street for several years, and they were best friends. So it's kind of like one of those things where like you just end up dating your best friend, which it happens, it's not unheard of, but sometimes, in this society, it's seen as uncommon, whereas in our society today, it seems fairly common. I mean, I'm in that position myself where I've been dating my best friend for now the last year, almost a year and a half, basically. Then basically what happens is Cassia finds out something about her match that is very strange. I'm not going to go into detail about what it is because it kind of delves into the whole plot of the story, but basically Cassia finds out something about her match that piques her interest and causes her to really question a lot of things about the society. This is a book where, this first book in the series really has the main character questioning the society they live in and wondering if what they really, if they really believe in what the society is wanting from them, kind of thing. So now to kind of get into my actual review of the book, I'm gonna say I was not as impressed as I had thought I would be at first reading this. I got through about the first half of the book, and I was not as impressed as I thought I would have been. When I probably would have been a lot more impressed by this book when I was younger. It's definitely a middle grade YA book, very simple language, very easy to understand concepts with the society and everything. Very romantic story between Cassia and her match, and but the problem that I had with this book was, for some, I can't pinpoint exactly what it was, but for some reason it wasn't anywhere near as elegant as some other dystopian novels I have read. The relationship between Cassia and some of the other characters in the novel did not seem as strong as I would have liked. This relationship between her parents is a very strong one, I think, but it wasn't as prominent as I had thought it would have been for her character. There wasn't really any plot holes that I had seen. They really kind of explained, Ally Condie did a good job writing this, I think, but for some reason, I wasn't as impressed as I think I would have been had I read it when I was much younger. but like I said, I really liked how Ally Condie did write, and actually my opinion of it did change towards the very end of the book. There's a very big twist that happens towards the end of the novel that you kind of like, it's one of those things where it's not exactly a cliffhanger, but it makes you want to read the next one. You have to know like what is going to happen in this next one. So I think overall it was, this book was very, very good. Not as good as I thought I was going to enjoy it, but the twist at the end definitely has left me wanting to read Crossed, which is the second installment of the series, and there's a lot that really made me kind of think about what could happen, like if our society today was the society that is in these novels. They talk about how many of the songs, poems, and pieces of art that we have today were condensed down to only 100. So they have a list of only 100 of the best songs, 100 of the best poems, and 100 of the best paintings, and they don't really have much from the past generations. Anything that really was of no use was tossed away, and anything that they found that was from the old time are known as artifacts. There's one artifact that Cassia comes into contact with through her grandfather, that was her grandmother's, who was somebody that came up with the list of 100 poems. And they play a big role in the story itself. There's a lot that goes on with these artifacts that play into the characters themselves and the history behind the story. But yeah, so overall, this book was, I think, if I was to rate it on a scale from 1 to 10, I think it would be an 8.5 out of 10. I really did enjoy it. I really thought it was a lot, something that I think a lot of people would really enjoy. I wasn't as impressed, though, as I thought I was going to be, and I don't know if that was because it was much more of a middle grade kind of novel, or if it was because I kind of had very high expectations for it, and they were too high of an expectation for it. So I'm not really sure exactly why I don't like it as much as I thought I would, but that's my opinion on it. But I do plan to read Crossed sometime in the future. It's not going to be anytime soon because I've got several other books that I need to read. But yeah, that's going to do it for this book review of Matched by Ally Condie. The next book I will be reading, going along with this dystopian kind of novel train I've been going on for a while now, is going to be the first book in the Divergent series. I'm going to be honest, I watched the movie first and I was really interested in it. I'm a little hesitant to go through the entire series, though, because I have heard very much about the Blast book Allegiant and how people were really upset about it, but I want to get my own opinion of it. I want to be able to read it for myself and see how I like it, and then rewatch the movie and see how it compared to the book. So actually, if you guys like, I could do a movie to book comparison if you guys want to see my reaction of that. So if you do, please leave me comments, tell me what you think, and if you like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up, and if you're not already and you'd like to be, subscribe and become a little ally in our flock, and I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.